All right, folks. Next up, we're going to our other games for this week, starting off with Thursday Night Football. Not the NFL. This will be on presumptively ESPN. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, Thursday night matchup. The University of North Carolina, UNC Chapel Hill, versus Minnesota at 8 p.m.
We will also be watching North Carolina State versus Western Carolina. Go freaking Cats.
Cats by 90.
Cats by 90. Okay, so UNC starting back up after losing a great quarterback in Drake May to the draft. Now their starter is a man that I am very familiar with. He gave me more than one heart attack. Max Johnson has the starting job in Chapel Hill. He's transferred twice in the past 3 seasons and also had a string of injuries. Apparently, as well, I looked at this, just a quick plug, Max's brother follows him wherever he goes. Because when Max transferred from LSU, his 5-star tight end recruit committed to LSU brother decommitted and flipped to A&M. Max transfers from A&M. Jake is now in the tight end room in Chapel Hill, which is pretty cool because it's only 2 hours from home for me, but I don't care. Nobody likes Carolina. Nonetheless, Minnesota is normally a middle-of-the-road Big Ten team. Not bad, but not great. They always seem to play the big teams close at home. Specifically, I know they play Penn State well, like when they play at Minnesota. But they're trying to get their season off to a great start with a big win over a Power 4 team at home. Power 4 still sounds weird coming out of my mouth. The ESPN FPI is at 54% in favor of UNC. The TBD model has the Tar Heels favored by 4.5, and the spread officially has UNC by 1.5. The FPI, the model, and the spread all seem to think this one is going to be close. What do we think? Mason?
So the spread actually started out at Minnesota -2, and it's moved a little bit to favoring UNC finally. Our TBD model is pretty close. It had UNC winning this game. This will be a hard-fought game on the road for UNC, I think. This one's going to be super gritty. The model had it being very close several times. So I am going to pick UNC in this game. I think I'm gonna play it safe and pick UNC just because they're being favored. But I would not be surprised at all if Minnesota won this game, and I'm not going to be surprised if I lose in the picks this week.
See, for me, I believe I heard it on College Game Day, and honestly, they said it very well. I don't even remember who said it, but they said this would be the game that UNC lost, and then they went on a 10-0 run. Like, they have a team well put together. They have a good coach, but it's just they got to replace a really good quarterback with Drake May. Now, even with Drake May, who extremely talented, they couldn't go undefeated. They couldn't make the playoffs. They couldn't win the games they needed to win. Now, with a better tight end and not a better quarterback, with a better tight end and a pretty talented quarterback, not better than Drake May, can they do it? It's possible. But I have to agree, this could be the game where UNC loses. And I have to go with that being the case. I feel Minnesota plays very well at home. It's the first game in the stadium, so the stadiums be going crazy. And UNC still has to figure out how their system is going to roll with a new quarterback.
I was at the LSU and A&M game in 2021 when Max Johnson had the infamous pass to Dre Jenkins to send Coach O out as a winner. I've got to say, I am uncomfortable putting my faith in Max Johnson because he's always just kind of been an awkward QB. It could be because he's left-handed. It could just be his playing style. I do not know. But he is not Brad, for those of you that follow the NFL. Nonetheless, I think this will be a really good game. I think that UNC's got a lot to figure out. I had a conversation this week with somebody about UNC football, and it's just kind of, I don't want to say bizarre, but just kind of bland. Like, Mac Brown has yet to actually take the program. Like, if you take away the quarterbacks, take away Drake May, and you take away Sam Howell, he doesn't really have a lot to hang his hat on. Now, it's Carolina. They don't have a lot anyway. But with that being said, I could very well be wrong. I wouldn't be shocked to be wrong. I'm going to have to go with the Tar Heels. I know it's going to be tough. I know that it's going to be a close game. But I think they go into Minnesota and win. But I would not be shocked if they lose because, again, new quarterback, new tight end, new system. You've got a lot of moving parts, whereas Minnesota, they're coming in already ready to roll. It's the home game, season opener. I won't be shocked to be wrong, but I do have Carolina covering the spread, obviously. I think they win by probably a touchdown at most, probably closer to a field goal. But I've got UNC in this one.
Will Joey start the season 0-2 again? Find out next week.
I was about to say, I'm either going 2-0 or 0-2.